guys, and welcome back to the channel where we talk all things working online and traveling around the world. Today's video is a highly requested one where I'm going to dive into my gorilla trekking experience in Uganda. I'll dive deep into the details on how I went gorilla trekking, what the experience entails, and how you can do it too. I think you'll like this one. And if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and then subscribe because I'm back here every single Tuesday with more videos. All right, let's get into some gorilla trekking.
It's on video. Megan, look at me. Anna and Megan, do not move. Shh, do not move, guys. Megan, turn around slowly to your left, Megan, to your left. Slowly, slowly. Keep going, Megan, to your left. To your left. Okay.
I'm actually very excited to answer this question because gorilla trekking was probably the most exhilarating thing I have ever done in my life and probably ever will do. To give some context to this question, I went gorilla trekking back in 2016 in Bwindi forest in Uganda. At the time, I had only just started traveling and I didn't know that people actually went gorilla trekking until one of my professors, who also runs a safari company, offered the opportunity for a few students to go on a research project in Uganda to study the ecotourism industry of gorilla trekking. So right after exams finished fourth year, I went with my professor and several other students to Uganda. We traveled around most of the country for around 3 weeks, and then a pivotal part of the experience was, of course, the actual gorilla trek. You meet up with several trackers and porters at the edge of Bwindi forest. You want to start early morning because the trackers know where the gorillas were yesterday, but then they have to actually find them today. So you could be trekking straight through the jungle, there's no path, for 2 hours or for 10 hours. We were pretty lucky because we found the gorillas within just a few hours. Once, and if, you find a gorilla family, you all have to crouch down, sit there, be very, very quiet, and the rules are that you don't touch or approach or, anything really towards them, but if they come to you or they climb on you, you just let it happen. They're very gentle, they're beautiful. If you ever saw the documentary Gorillas in the Mist, then you have a definite idea of what it is like to be around these gorillas. It's life-changing. You're allowed to stay around the family for a maximum of 1 hour and then everyone leaves. It was when we were going to leave that one of the gorillas came back down the mountain and ended up sitting back to back with me, which is a moment of my life that I will never, ever, ever forget. Once the hour is up, you trek back through the forest and that is your gorilla experience. If you were going to go gorilla trekking, you would need to get your flight either to Uganda or to Rwanda, and then you would be transported to one of the forests where the gorillas are living. Once you get there, you'd meet up with your porters, with your guides, you'd do the trek, you'd have 1 hour with the gorillas, and then you would trek back out. Spending 1 hour with these gorillas in the wild is a very exclusive experience that only a handful of people worldwide will ever have the opportunity to have. The fact that it is so exclusive and relatively expensive to match actually makes it such a better experience because it's not a mass tour group and everyone going in and visiting a zoo. You're in the wild, trekking with local porters to find a family of gorillas. It's going to cost you several $100s just to get the permit to even go into the forest. So yes, it is quite expensive, but I'm not kidding, worth every penny, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Now, at the time when I went, there were only about 800 mountain gorillas left in the world, and I'm very happy to say that there are now over 1,000, and the population is steadily increasing. So the gorillas have gone from being critically endangered to just endangered, but it's definitely a step forward. If you're interested in going gorilla trekking for yourself, there are several companies that do it, so you can do a quick Google search, but I would recommend you look up my professor. His name's Ryan, and he runs the company Socially Responsible Safaris, and they do safaris all different locations in Africa, and they will be going gorilla trekking in August 2020. If you love to learn like I do, you're going to love this trip with him because, well, he's a professor, that's kind of his job, and he's very good at it. So I'll link his information below and you can get in touch if you would like to. Still get shivers every time I go back and I watch that footage of sitting back to back with the gorilla. I hope you enjoyed this video and that if you have any interest whatsoever in going gorilla trekking, that you check some of the links below or do your own Google search and make it happen. It will be a life-changing experience and you will absolutely not regret it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful and subscribe so I can see you back here next Tuesday. All the best. Thank you for being here as always, and I'll see you then. Bye.